How old were you in 2012?
I don't know, 20s, 2012. What's that, 13 years ago?
Yeah.
So I'm 39 now. I was like mid-20s.
Mid-20s, wow. That's what you were doing when you came out of school? You got into hospitality?
No, out of school. So I graduated in 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
I was like the Great Recession.
Yeah.
There was no jobs then.
Yeah.
So I think I graduated, I must have been like, I was just getting done playing football. So maybe I was like 230, 235.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I like health and wellness. I'll just become a fitness model. I'll just get in really good shape and become, go shoot commercials for Nike or whatever. I didn't know shit, This is just like my thought process. So I was like, oh, I can be as jacked as that dude, Yeah. So that's what I did. So I got like in the best shape of my life, just working out all the time. Went up to New York, moved to New York for a while, for like 6 months, shot like my whole portfolio or whatever that thing's called.
Yeah.
Where like you present your best photos or whatever. And then I booked a commercial in Oregon, I want to say I forget what it's for. It's for like, for some kind of weight, like lifting weight. So I went out there and I met this girl who I'm still really good friends with today, Morgan. She was a professional volleyball player, but we were all shot this commercial together. So she was the volleyball girl. I was supposed to be the football player, but they just made me a boxer for the commercial. And then this other guy, John Peel, another fitness dude.
Yeah. So
I became so cool with them, and they've been in the fitness. They were already established in the fitness industry. So they're like, yo, you got to come to LA. Like, come to LA. This is where it's at. So I was like, all right, cool. I said, I'll move out here after summer. So after summer, I got in my car, packed it up. That was like, what years are this? Must have been like 2010. Yeah, 2010.
I love it. Following his dream, following the passion.
Oh yeah, drove cross country, lived with this girl Morgan in Hermosa Beach.
Yeah.
I'm still real good friends with her. She has since had like 8 kids. She's married to Bodie Miller, the skier.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just talking to them the other day. So I go out and visit them every once in a while. They got a place in Montana.
Nice.
Yellowstone Club, and then a place in Park City.
Yeah. I only know Bodie because of Aubrey Marcus. I know he gave Aubrey money in the beginning on it. And
oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think they have since sold that, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they got a new company now called Correct Energy. Yeah, you got to try that product out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bodie and Morgan, and then lived out in LA, and then met a dude out there, got into real estate. And he was like, I'm opening up this real estate office in Park City. You want to come sell real estate for me? Again, didn't know shit about real estate. I got my license, and then was like, yeah, I'll just tour people around. And lived in Park City for 2 years. And then after that, went and got sent down here, Miami. Yeah.
And that was for real estate stuff, or that was?
No, then I switched industries and went to commercial adjusting. So insurance adjusting.
Damn, you done a bunch of shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figuring it out,
That's it. That's life. That's the journey of life.
Yep.
And then I know you do like the lifeguard stuff too, right?
Lifeguard stuff I've done, that's the longest running job I have,
Yeah.
Where I'm from, like it's just part of the lifestyle. Yeah. You grow up on the beach in Atlantic City or Ventnor or Margate, any of those towns, if you grow up like a water rat, like a beach kid, it's like the first job you have. Yeah. So we all became lifeguards when we were 14. And then you start getting that kind of education from the older guards and all that. And it's just like the lifestyle. Now you have to be 16, I think, to start. But I'm still
doing it since you're 14.
Yeah. 20 some years.
Wow.
And then when I came down here to Florida, my old stand partner, who was an older guy, but he was the chief of Miami. He was the chief of the beach patrol here. He'd take his vacation and then come work normal beach patrol in Ventnor.
Wow.
In Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, he was like, hey, come work part-time for me here. So that was like 5-6 years ago. So I've been part-time Miami, and I still go back in the summers and work on Ventnor. And now I'm so old and senior there. It's like, my real partner is the chief. My sister is one of the lieutenants.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that, bro.
Small town though, it's so much different than working in Miami. Everything's like, it's all medical based, very, very limited interaction with like locals and all that, because it's so tourist driven here.
Yeah.
You know,
You're not seeing the same people on the beach every day.
No.
Yeah.
There it's like the same families come down, the same kids. I'm playing with the same kids every day.
Yeah.
It's much more, I guess, enjoyable to a certain degree, just because there's a lot more relationship, you know, with the public. Whereas here, it's just like people will come up to the Lifeguard here in Miami, and you're just like, whatever. They need something, you're there to help them, you know?
So true. I've actually never spoken to a lifeguard in Miami.
Yeah, there you go.
I forget they're even there.
Yeah. You'd only even realize it if something happened.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, okay, that lifeguard's saving somebody, or somebody's like, you know, having a medical emergency and they're helping out.
Yeah. Or they're calling someone in like, hey, don't go out that far.
Yeah.
Blow that whistle.
Yeah. Because I work south of 5th. So south of 5th, you know, these cruise ships come in and just unload people. And, you know, next thing you know, you got 1,000 Chinamen coming to check out the ocean for the first time. Yeah. They don't know.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah. They just came here for Miami Beach.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting, right? Because like Miami's there's so much more than the beach here.
Yes.
Like I've always thought Miami Beach, like, oh, it's just Miami Beach. It's just South Beach. And look at this place. Yeah. Like we're in Windhood, you know, this is own culture here.
Yeah.
You know, all these fancy restaurants and artsy type things. And it's like Miami has a lot of things going on.
Yeah. And it's changed significantly in the past few years. I mean, you said 2017 you got down here?
Yeah, 2017.
I mean, even when I got down here, 2022, I feel like it's changed a lot.
COVID definitely switched things up drastically. You know, not to mention obviously the prices skyrocketed, but like the people changed. Yeah. You know, I guess there's always been an influx of like Northeast, but ever since COVID, big time. Like, I mean, we go to the same gym, you know, it's like you're in the sauna. Chances are somebody's from New York in there. Yeah. Or Jersey. Yeah. Or mainly New York and Jersey, I feel like. Yeah. But it's just how it is.
Big migration. New York, Jersey, LA, Chicago. Yeah.
But if you look back, you know, you're from New York, right? So you know the prices. If we just looked at it in terms of like rental market. Yeah. Like when I first came down to Miami, rent was like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in south of 5th was like $2,500. And that was like, it was what it was. Yeah. It wasn't, it was cheap compared to New York or something, but it was it just was what it was. Post COVID, that same place is more than double. Yeah. You know? Easily. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like post COVID just kind of caught Miami up to probably what it always should have been anyway. Yeah. New York, I mean, is its own animal.
New York's insane.
Yeah. I mean, what, a 1-bedroom in the city is like $4,000?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are.
No parking, no laundry.
Nothing. It's crazy. Shitty old unit.
Oh, man.
The people pay for the city. That's what they want.
You know, I was just there, like we were talking about for Jesse's event, and there is something about New York energy. Yeah. That's kind of special.
Oh, yeah. There's no energy like it. I've never experienced another energy like that.
And when you were in New York, you were living in the city?
Yeah, yeah. 36 in Park.
Okay, nice. Yeah. What area is that considered?
Midtown.
Like the bottom of Midtown?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Midtown East, maybe.
I was staying right at Columbus Circle.
Yeah.
When I was there, and the event was actually right in the middle, right off Times Square.
Really?
Yeah, because
that's where the event was.
Yeah, because I want to say the place was at the town hall. Yeah, and it was like 2-second walk, and I was in the thick of like Broadway and 50th or whatever, or maybe 40s. Yeah, it was right in Times Square.
Times Square is fucking crazy.
Yeah, talk about that's another place that's just like its own animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan of Times Square, but
probably better.
I love New York.
Yeah, but New York, it's good for me. I couldn't live there. Yeah. I could if I had to, but I wouldn't want to. Mm. But like I said, the energy is good there.
Yeah, it is. It's special. It's unique.
Yep. So what are we chatting about here?
Let's talk about your journey recently. We got into where you started, but you know this explosion of your social media page and your whole ideology and method, I would love to start there.
Well, so I knew you prior to really starting social media. You
Yeah.
know me from like the mushroom stuff.
Yeah.
So World of Moosh. So World of Moosh, all right, I'll tell you the whole story.
Tell me.
World of Moosh, microdosing protocols for people, you know, all from holistic remedies or alternatives to SSRIs and antidepressants. I kind of thought that industry was going to legalize or kind of just come a little bit more acceptable a lot quicker than it did.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had that company. I started not promoting it really, but like, you know, just had a social media presence, but it kept getting shut down because it was getting categorized as like, hey, this is a pharmaceutical company, or hey, this is illicit drugs, or whatever the case was. Any of those keywords that you ever said on a post, immediately like red flagged. So the account got shut down twice. So I was like, you know what? I said, this is bullshit. I said, why don't I just build up my own social media, and then I could, you know, mention World of Moosh here and there, or whatever the case, you know, at least let me like learn the game, and then we'll see what happens. That's what I did.
Yeah.
You know, so I started just building up, like, I'm like, all right, what do I want my own social media to be like? Well, I just want it to be real. I just want it to be the things I'm into. What I'm into is health and wellness and stoic mindset and philosophies and all those types of things. So I started sharing those things, started sharing some of the movement practice that I do, started understanding how Instagram specifically like works. Well, then the movement stuff started blowing up. The account started blowing up. That was in April. We're now in the beginning of 2026, January. The account has since grown, you know, to what it is.
You started from zero too on that personal one, right?
No, to like 1,500 people, you know, all friends and family. And like out of that 1,500 people, I probably knew like, you know, almost all of them.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like people who didn't know me didn't follow me. They would have I'd never posted. You know, it was my personal account. I was more of, I guess you could say, like a consumer at that point. Like I utilized Instagram to like stay up to date with friends and family, or maybe just learn a different workout or listen to a different podcast or whatever, you know. But
how most people use it.
Yeah, my mindset has completely changed. I don't consume anything on social media now. Zero. So I follow a couple people just because of whatever, but they're all muted. I don't see any of the content that they post. And now I'm only on social media to create content. So I create, and whatever inspires me that day. Another interesting thing is like, and I don't know anything other than what I know, right? Yeah. So I feel like some people look at social media and they look at it as like a job. So they probably maybe formulate it so it's a little bit more structured. Like maybe they shoot content in one day and then periodically like post that content throughout the week or throughout the month. I don't do any of that. Everything I shoot is pretty much I shoot it and then I post it that day. So it's like, and then the next day. So if I ever get down with like an illness or get run over by a car and I'm out for a month, that's the end of the social media for a while.
You ain't going to be seeing any posts from Mike.
Nah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's good though. I think there's power in that, to shoot it and post. I mean, we were talking in the sauna today before the pod that it took you 30 seconds to create a video that went mega viral, million views, crazy amount of comments, shares. And I think so many people get caught up in like, oh, I need this to be perfect before I post it. Or they put so much time and effort into a post. So I think there's beauty in posting it right away. Yeah, well, let's just think about that from like a human psychology standpoint, right? If you put so much time and effort into something and it ends up being in your mind, let's just say a failure, now you have to deal with that mentally. You feel as if you failed. Yeah. Whereas if you're just throwing stuff out there like all the time and then something takes off, you're like, no, it's all good. Doesn't even matter to me because I'm making 2 or 3 more videos the next day anyway. Yeah. So you're not attached to the outcome of it. I'm not attached to any of it. You know? And I feel like when you're attached to a certain piece of content, because and it's rightfully so. If you spend 3 hours on making a video and then nobody watches that video, yeah, of course you're going to be let down. Yeah.
you know, and don't get me wrong, some videos and content, I put a little bit more time and effort. I put a lot more time and effort into than the 30-second one.
Yeah.
But, you know, never more than like 30 minutes. No way.
I love that.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Like I know to a certain degree now because I've posted so much. Think about it. I've posted 2 to 3 times every day for say since April. Wow. So however many months that is, say 6-7 months. So that's a decent amount of content.
Yeah.
You know, there's been plenty of videos that there's some that have 15, 20 million views and there's others that have 30,000.
Yeah.
But I think the key is if you're going to like kind of capitalize on how, and we say social media, like I don't know shit about anything other really than Instagram and Facebook because they're connected together and they both get shared. So I'm not speaking for TikTok or any of these other ones, but I guess you really just have to identify, like, I look at it like this. I look at it, what would I be posting if it wasn't my job at all? Like how can I personally add value to people's lives? What do I believe that I'm like very good at, knowledgeable at? And I focus on that. And then I look on social media or I look on Instagram and I see like what type of content within my niche does well. And I look at those type of creators who or videos that have 10, 20 million views. And I'm like, okay, well, that's right in line with this philosophy that I have. So you kind of copy off of what you see or you learn from it or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's a fucking copy really when you think about it.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
What's original?
No, I mean, even music, right? It's all building off of each other.
Yeah.
Each decade, each generation for sure. Finding that framework. I think that's awesome. Did you have a feeling, did you have any expectation or like I could go viral by sharing these types of movements or my philosophies before even starting the social media journey?
I kind of always, it's a good question, right? I feel as if the life that I've lived, not to sound like cocky or anything, but I feel like I was always kind of destined to help people.
Yeah.
Whether that was through social media or that's just, social media just happens to be an avenue where you can help a lot of people at like one time.
Yeah.
Which is great. Because if I work with people individually, one-on-one, I'm only affecting that one person there at that time. I've always kind of felt inclined that I have the ability to like help people for what I'm good at.
Yeah.
I've been able to master my own health and wellness. This isn't like I've been healthy for a month or a year or 10 years. Like I've been healthy since I was born. It's been my whole life. But I've never done this as an occupation. Like I said, I got into real estate because why do you get into real estate? What do you think people get into real estate? Because they fucking love architecture?
To make some moolah.
Yeah, they go in to make money,
Yep.
you know? Like that's, I see real estate agents and I'm like, oh, that guy, he's not very bright. You know, I could do that. And then you get in the world and you're like, yo, if you don't enjoy doing this, you're probably not going to be that great.
Yeah.
You know? And that's kind of what I realized. I was like, I don't really like real estate. You know, I'd like to buy real estate and you know, flip it, but you need money for that.
Yeah.
You know, do I want to like be answering calls from people and searching properties and showing them, you know, everybody. Yeah, I guess I was just in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now I feel as if I'm finally in something that I'm supposed to be doing because it doesn't feel like I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm just naturally sharing what works for me. And we were talking in the sauna, you know, or we were talking outside, and it's like the amount of feedback, positive success that people have had with the movement practice or maybe with some of the mindset stuff that I've shared is the reason that I've continued to grow the account and put so much time and effort and energy into it is because of how many people it's helping.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man. Yeah. And I've seen it. I mean, it's helped me. I've been doing the movements every day. And I guess going back, did you like, when you first started sharing, was it like, I feel like I'm going to have a big impact here? Or was there not really an expectation? Just let's see what happens. Because I think belief is so powerful when you do believe like, hey, I'm going to have this massive impact.
I'd say in the beginning, it was just kind of sharing what I was learning.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily like I didn't I didn't know that the movements were going to be the reason that the account blew up. And essentially, if you look at some of the videos that I've posted, because they have the analytics now, so there's a couple of videos that got me 100,000 followers. Just one video.
Wow, you can actually see where those followers come from?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, if you just look at the professional dashboard now and you click on that video and you could see the insights. And it was like, yeah, you got this many followers from this video.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Getting 100,000 followers from one video.
Yeah, more than that. I think 150,000 from the one.
Wow.
And it was just because that video has 15 or 20 million views.
Yeah.
So people see that and they connect the movements to who I am.
Yep.
And of course, yeah, like a lot of the movements. So the movements that we did, right? Lymphatic shakes.
Yep.
This is a great topic, right? Because
yeah, I would love to talk about this.
Yeah, so many people in the beginning, at least, they were like, "Hey, that's just Tai Chi or that's Qigong," and the way that I explain that is, so let's just say you and I are working out, and we go to the gym. And I'm gonna say, "Hey, Drew, we're gonna do my routine today." And you say, "All right, cool." And you say, "What's your routine?" And you say, "All right, we're gonna do jumping jacks, and then we're gonna superset that with some pull-ups. Then we're gonna do some lunges, and then we're gonna do plank holds." And you say, "Okay, that's your routine?" I said, "Yeah, that's my routine." You said, "All right, let's do it." Nowhere in there am I like giving credit to whoever the guy who created the pull-up was, created the plank hold, who created the jumping jack. He's like, but as soon as I did these movements, because when I first started sharing them in the beginning, they were like, "You need to give credit to the Asian people wherever for this is just Tai Chi." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like lymphatic shaking, like maybe you connect that to Tai Chi, but if you grew up in a different part of the world, that could be connected to an Indian practice or an African practice." It's like, so people in the beginning got so like kind of all up in arms, but
got a little triggered around that.
Yeah. Because I've never studied Tai Chi.
Yeah.
And I've never studied Qigong. Now what my movement practice is, it's absolutely Qigong to a certain degree, because Qigong is just cultivating energy. And through the movements, synchronizing the breath, like that's what you're doing. Sure, you're cultivating energy in a way. It's just the formula that I kind of presented in is basically a movement synchronized with a breath work pattern. And that's what we were kind of touching on today, that rhythmic breathing pattern.
Yep.
Almost, it keeps you in that parasympathetic state. And through the different movements, it can unlock energy kind of trapped somewhere in your body.
Yeah.
Some of the movements are very Qigong, some are Tai Chi, some are from the Soviet plyometric system, some are from Shaolin martial arts. Others are more of like a kind of like a dynamic yoga movement. So that's why I don't openly say like, "Oh yeah, this is my Qigong movement," or "This is my Tai Chi," or it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And people want labels so badly. They want to label and identify it. Like this, to me, it just seems like this is a practice you've created throughout your life experience, all the knowledge you've cultivated that really worked for you and has clearly worked for other people. I've seen it work for myself.
Yeah.
I'm doing these movements in the morning and I'm like, fuck, I feel good.
Yeah.
My body feels open. Like,
and that's probably why you feel good, is because if you broke it down, you're getting blood circulation going.
Yeah.
You have like a nice rhythmic breathing pattern, and you're unlocking trapped energy in your body.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why these practices have been around for thousands and thousands of years, like Tai Chi, Qigong, those things, they're all doing the same thing. It's probably, and I think that's why it took off so well too, because it's not just for guys like you and I, like athletic, well-built, muscular guys. You know, it's for anybody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to get a good gauge of like who actually is having the most benefits. And it does almost seems like it could be like the older population that really has taken to my movement practice, and it's just kind of giving them a simple routine to get them moving again. Because
they're not hard either. Like it's low, I would say, well, I guess it depends how you're doing it, but it can be low effort, right? Like twisting the body, the waves up, like those movements, they're not intense.
No, so first off, you need to look at it it's an activation more than it's an exercise. So I think that's like that little reframe can help people.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it and you're like, oh, this is my workout. Like never have I ever called it a workout. I don't even call them exercises. Sure, there is an element of they're exercising your body in a way. But what I really think people should look at it is like an activation. Like this is the way I get activated to go live life. Because I'm not a personal trainer. I never have been. I have no interest in being one. The people that I do work with on like a one-on-one basis, I'm more of like a consultant. I'm more of like, I'll train you how you should train yourself. Like I want to be removed from the equation. Yeah. You know, I think that's the key, right? Because if you're always relying upon me and then I get removed from your life, then what? You go back to your old ways?
100%.
Yeah. What's the benefit
like
of
Western
that?
medicine. Yeah. Relying on something to make you feel okay, make you feel good, be healthy, instead of, as you've said, being your own source of health.
Absolutely.
And optimization.
And that's what I want to do. That's my goal. My goal is to teach you how to best heal yourself. And that starts in the mind. It's created. This is something that I've come to, and it makes perfect sense to me. And we talked about it a little bit in the sauna, but the word mindset. So if you break down mindset, or at least the way that I've heard it broken down, is your mindset is essentially the whatever your mind is set on. So it's the frequency that your mind is set on creates your mindset. So say your mind is set on the frequency of shame, regret, like you're pissed, you're upset about something. That's the frequency you're going to be on. Your mind is set on a very negative vibration. Now, if your mind is set on, hey, you had a great day, you had a great night of sleep, you just had a great workout, your girlfriend brought you a nice gift, you know, whatever, you're just full of love. Okay, now you're at the mindset of love. So the frequency that your mind is set on is love, abundance. So I feel like
powerful frequency.
It's one of the tops. You know, or if you were looking at the frequency chart, it's almost at the very top. So anyway, I believe that first and foremost, it's the whole reason that I call it the mind-body energy movement. Your mind should be set on your desired frequency. So whatever frequency you want to exist in this dimension that we call life, set your mind on that frequency. And then through the movement practice, use the movement to fine tune that frequency. Almost look at the movement like a dial for a radio. You're just fine tuning it so it's even more clear.
So really the movement practice is a tool to get you into your desired frequency.
Really the movement practice is a tool to get you into your desired frequency. Yeah. As long as you have the intention, it's like plant medicine, right? You have to go into it with an intention.
Yes.
You know, if you don't know what direction you want to go, then essentially you could end up any direction.
How can the medicine or the tool help you if you don't know where you want to go, right? If you don't have the intention of what you want this to be, right? How you want this to serve you.
Yeah. How can it? I don't know how it can.
No.
You know?
With the desired frequency and the mindset, do you ever find yourself dipping to a lower frequency or mindset? And if so, how do you pivot from that?
No, I don't. I don't. I feel like movement is like the ultimate medicine. And it's so like well established in my mindset nowadays that when I move, I already know that I'm going to feel good afterwards. Now I go into it sometimes, I guess, on like more of a negative frequency, but I never come out of it more negative than when I went in.
Yeah. You're not staying there.
Nah, no way. And I'm so deep into the practice nowadays. Obviously there's different phases, there's different levels of the movement practice, but for me, it is more of like a moving meditation than anything. It's like I am so in a flow state with my eyes closed, completely connected to the earth. I always do my practice barefoot as the sun rises down the beach. So it is almost just like a moving meditation of just gratitude. Like I'm so grateful that I have the ability to move my body like that and control my mind and just be grateful. And every time I'm done and the sun rises and I get done the tapping or however I end the practice. Sometimes a lot of times I end it in the horse stance. So it's like horse stance is like the ultimate mind body connection, right? Because it's like a very uncomfortable position, but as long as you can persevere through it. And then when your mind is ready to stand up, you stand up. You don't let your body dictate to your mind when the time is up, but I feel at peace. And then I stand up on my own. I'm like, wow. Like, I feel good. I feel, and that's the goal of life, right? Like, do whatever makes you proud of yourself.
Yeah.
So I end every morning and I'm just like, okay, I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. And I've come a long way to get there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Starting the day like that, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
You're starting the day with a very powerful frequency. I mean, gratitude is like, it's got to be at the top of the list.
It's the key to everything, man.
Yeah.
It really is. Anybody who deals with depression or sadness, there's no possible way that you can probably be sad and grateful at the same time.
Nope.
So I talk to some people who deal with depression and all that kind of stuff. It seems as if the only way they end up sad or depressed or whatever is when they're thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
And I've told my one buddy who's dealing with it right now, it's like, stop thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
If you remove yourself from the equation, you just focus on helping others or playing with the kids or doing something for somebody else, then you're not going to be depressed because you're not going to be thinking about yourself. You're not going to be thinking, woe is me. I wish I didn't do this. I regret this. I don't have money for this. It's like only when you think about yourself do you end up depressed.
Yeah, it's facts.
Yeah. I'm not a psychiatrist or whatever, but I don't think you need to be. You know?
I love it. Yeah, I agree, man.
But yeah, then back to gratitude. It's all about gratitude, man.
Yeah.
Because there's always something you can be grateful for.
Yes.
Always.
Always.
Life could always get way worse for you. And chances are your life is never going to be as bad as probably 1 million other people.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 million, maybe 1 billion.
Yeah. You got a roof over your head. You got good food to eat. You got clean water. You're able to move
1%.
your body.
You're top 1% already. But just if you're in this country, you're probably in like the top 1%.
Yeah. But we take it for granted because it becomes our baseline reality. But the practice is having gratitude for the baseline reality because there's so much beauty in that.
Yeah.
There's so much to be grateful for in that.
Yep.
So going back to the movement practice, I know people have asked you this a bunch on social media.
Yeah.
This is something you do every day?
Yeah.
Multiple times per day?
Yeah. I mean, now I do it multiple times a day. I've done it every day, at least 2 times a day now for 8 months or so, 9 months every day. But now prior to this practice, I had a different practice. I guess my journey or my quest really has been to find the most optimal way to warm your body up or prime your body for life.
That was the mission.
That was the mission.
Yeah.
I learned a certain warm-up practice because I've been an athlete my whole life in high school. And I carried that warm-up from high school all the way up until like a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, every single day.
Wow.
Every day. So yeah, discipline's a whole nother avenue of my life, but it's basically made me the person I am today is all about discipline. You know, that's a whole nother story about how I was raised. But yeah, that movement practice that I did, and that movement practice was much more of like a Soviet plyometrics, training your fascia system, which fascia seems to be a big like hot topic word nowadays.
Yep.
But I learned about that 25 years ago in like football athletic training.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They weren't talking about it that much then. It was kind of like something that people didn't really understand that well.
You know, I feel like it's the same system, and what do I know? But you heard a lot about fast twitch muscle training back then. And that's what everybody called it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a fast twitch muscle athlete, you know? And
explosive, sprinting.
Yeah. And I feel like that type of training has a very similar kind of training as this fascia work now. Because what is fascia? Fascia is right, just the muscle fibers like that connect the muscles. I guess if you were to look at like an orange, the way I heard it explained is if you cut an orange in half, and you have like the pulp area and there's like little pockets, and then you have that white kind of lining. The white lining would be like your fascia. So it basically holds the groups of muscles like within a muscle or whatever.
Yep.
But how you can specifically train that, I don't know. But all the training that I do is like central nervous system based nowadays.
So you're doing the movement practice every day, maybe 2 times a day. Are you also training differently than that, or is it just
no?
that?
All the muscles come strictly from the movements. We talked about this. Yeah, so obviously,
when
like
people see you, I mean, you're fucking jacked. You're in incredible shape. So I think there's that natural, healthy level of skepticism. Like, is this all this guy's doing, or there's something else going on here?
Yes, one of the most common questions, or like I said in the sauna, like it's not even a question. It's just a comment people make.
An accusation.
An accusation. Say, hey, but here's the truth of it. If I just show on social media, let's look at this in terms of social media. If I show all the stuff I do workout wise, nobody gives a shit because I'm essentially the only one who can do that type of training. So it doesn't resonate well at all from a social media perspective, because it's like, yeah, this guy's got bands tied around him, jumping up and down in the gym, throwing weights around, carrying sandbags, running up and down the beach, pulling stuff, carrying stuff, throwing stuff. It just, I've put that stuff out there. And if you look at my page, you can see I put the workouts out there and you get like 20,000 views.
Wow.
Nobody cares because
I actually do care, which is interesting. Like, I would love to see your workout routine just because I want to start training like that and see what it's like, you know?
Yeah.
Now that I've already been doing the activations too.
Yeah. See,
but that's interesting.
See, here's the thing. You've missed all that content because it's all on my page, but nobody views it.
And I see you like every fucking day, bro.
Yeah. Nobody
You're dominating my feed.
Yeah. And I bet you only see like the movement stuff, the movement practice.
That's all I see.
Yeah. Because
and you're the motivational, inspirational stuff too.
Okay. So those two things get pushed on the algorithm.
Yeah.
And the stuff that I do down the beach when I'm training like the different lifeguards and we put circuits together just doesn't resonate well on social media.
Wow.
For whatever reason. But anyway, the app that I'm launching will have all that stuff. There'll be an element, it'll be like a multi-dimensional app, I guess. It'll be the mindset stuff, 52-week mindset program, how to set your mind, like weekly videos. And then it will be the movement practice, custom movements. And then you'll be able to like live flow with me. So I'll set up like live flows so we can get a couple hundred or a couple thousand people all flowing together, which will be cool.
Nice.
And then there will be an element of like the circuit training. So so the circuit style training that I actually do, everything is on an on-off system. So I don't know if we've ever talked about this.
No,
So
I would love to go into this.
Yeah. So when I'm at the gym working out, oftentimes I pick 4 exercises. I pick 4 exercises. I have a timer on my phone. So I always have my AirPods in. People bitch about that too, but whatever.
He's not scared. I'm not scared either.
Yeah.
I wear AirPods.
You know, it is what it is. You know, there's some lady the other day was like, hey, you shouldn't wear those iPods. She was smoking a cigarette. I was like, really?
I think how scared people are of it, it's actually worse than the thing that's happening. Yeah. People are so scared of AirPods.
Hey, I'm open up to learn.
Yeah.
But I've done some research and I've listened to neuroscientists speak on both sides, and it's like nobody really knows.
Yeah.
But that goes back. Nobody knows anything for sure. You know, it's a quote I live by. So anyway, so if I identify 4 different exercises. I perform each exercise for 1 minute with a 15-second transition time. So every 4 exercises equals 5 minutes of work. So 5 minutes to me is like 1 round.
Yep.
So if I have like 20 minutes, I pick my 4 exercises, I've set the timer, boom, that's my 20-minute workout. I'm going to run through each one of those exercises 4 times.
4 times.
Which will equal the 20 minutes.
So it's 20 minutes. Wow. So it's 20 minutes of work.
Not even 20 minutes of work.
Because you have the 15-second rest in between each one.
Yeah.
Is there a certain method behind picking and selecting the 4 exercises?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But that's where all my experience comes from.
Yeah.
So the app will always select an upper, a lower, a core, and a cardio. So it will be very kind of more like full body workouts for people, so they don't have to think about it. Now, when I go and I do my personal workouts, I already have like that kind of rationale in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are you doing that same thing though? An upper, a lower, a core, and a cardio?
No.
Okay.
Not always.
Gotcha.
Because I have just more time and obviously more knowledge behind it.
Yeah.
I could superset and do like something that's just upper and lower, and then move on and just do cardio and core.
Gotcha.
Or just do core. And my training is so much more like central nervous system based. I could end up doing a circuit that's just like all CNS. So all like ballistic movements, shaking, isometric holds, like very central nervous system based.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But again, like I've been on this journey for so long.
Yeah.
I'd say like 90% of the people that want to train with me or train like me just don't have that level of athletic experience where they just want to kind of, you know, give them something to do so they feel good and you know, obviously progress over time.
Yeah.
But the elite level athletes are not going to, you know, they're training because they have real trainers or they know what they're doing.
Yeah. And they already have a lot of knowledge in that domain.
Yeah, of course. Like,
sense.
Don't get me wrong. I'll train with those guys all day.
Yeah.
I have some cool opportunities coming up where I'm going to go train some UFC fighters and all that. But,
nice.
But how I approach that is completely different. How I approach like that normal everyday person.
For sure.
You know?
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
It's a totally different. Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of your training, have you ever dealt with pain, injury, dysfunction in the body? Was that a part of your journey to get to where you are now?
Yeah. I mean, I've been an athlete forever, so I've had all sorts of issues.
Yeah.
You know, and different injuries and all that. But I guess nowadays my philosophy of training is more, I'd say it's more, I don't want to use the word longevity because it makes me feel like I'm an old man, but
you don't move like an old man.
Yeah, but it's still like a lot of stuff that I do nowadays is almost an element of longevity. Optimization to a certain degree, but like my days of like hard charging, you know, lifting heavy weights, throwing heavy weights around has like kind of subsided.
Yeah.
You know, I'll still go hard when I need to.
Yeah.
But you know, my body's, I'm 40 years old almost.
Yeah. You look great,
it's
bro.
just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it now, dude. I mean, I'm turning 30 in February. I feel a difference from my early 20s for sure.
Yeah.
And for me now, I just want to, I'm into longevity because I'm like, fuck, I want to be able to do all the things that I love, not have any pain in my body and just feel powerful. I don't care as much about like the ego stuff or lifting heavy weight or.
So my philosophy is just to be capable.
Yeah.
Right. So we were talking about what your word is. My what was yours?
I am limitless.
All right. So you're limitless for 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be your focus. I'm sure you're going to write that in your journal every day, you know, so you can set your mind on that frequency of limitless, which means that, correct me if I'm wrong, it means like nothing in your life can be limited. Like you're going to be limitless. Like
no limits to what I can achieve, what I can do.
Yes.
Manifest in the physical.
Absolute freedom, abundance, all those types of words are going to be like in your mindset, daily practice.
Yep.
Perfect. My word for my 2026 is just going to be capable. I believe capable is very similar to limitless in a lot of ways, where it's just anything life throws at me, I want to be capable to handle it. Anything. You know, it could be a death in the family. It could be a fight on the street. It could be an opportunity to capitalize and just be ready at that given time so I could capitalize on a financial opportunity or whatever. I feel like capable is like a very noble attribute to have.
Yeah.
And I believe it's very lacking in today's day and age. I believe almost like a good amount of society is incapable.
Yeah.
You know, incapable to provide for their family, incapable to take control of their health, you know, which is a big one, right? Because I believe that the ultimate wealth is health.
Yeah.
I believe if you have control of your health, you can potentially live life on your own terms. At least that's the starting criteria.
Yeah.
If you don't have control of your health, doesn't matter if you have all the money in the world. It doesn't matter. Your time is limited.
Yep. And you're not feeling good in the experience.
No. So how could you even enjoy it?
Yeah.
You know,
Doesn't
again,
matter what you have.
Yeah. If you don't have your health, I think going back to frequencies, there's no possible way you can operate at a higher frequency.
Yeah.
Because if you don't feel good, it's just, I don't see how you'd be able to do it.
Yeah. And I guess going back to the movement practice, the activation is part of making people capable, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Activating them to be capable.
Yeah. But again, mindset first, body secondary.
Yeah.
And then in turn, when you have your mind and body balanced in harmony, you can optimize your energy. And I believe energy is everything. You know, the person who has the most amount of energy unlocked in their system or their game, I believe you win the game.
Yeah.
Or at least you play the game on your own terms.
Yeah. Play it very well.
Yeah.
What would you tell someone who's maybe struggling with mindset or movement right now? I know discipline was a big part of your life growing up and still is, obviously.
Yeah. I think you have to establish that intention and just be real with yourself. So in the 52-week mindset program that will be in the app, the first step is an honest, brutally honest approach of who you are. So you have to understand who you are. Are you a piece of shit? You know, like, do you spend your time mindlessly consuming negative content? Do you wish bad on other people? Like, who are you? And once you establish who you are, like, obviously if that's who you are, that needs to be changed. You need to then identify, like, who do you want to be? Like, what would make you more proud of the person you see in the mirror? You know, so it's the beginning can be a little bit tough for some people because some people live a lie. Some people are delusional.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you have to be real with yourself in order to fix yourself to a certain degree, right? Because if you're living a lie, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. You
might not have much hope.
Yeah. And how do you change that lie, right? If you're not willing to see the lie in the first place, be aware of it.
So that's the starting point is building that foundation of truly understanding who you are and then who do you want to be. And then from there, you could figure out a framework to get you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see. But I think it will be hard for people in the beginning because maybe some people just kind of nobody checks them, right? In today's day and age, it's like you can kind of live a reality without the rest of society. Like you can order food in your house, you could just play video games, or you can exist and have a life on the computer with no real human interaction. It's like, I think those people need to get help too. And hopefully the program that I have in place it can help them. I don't know, but it's going to have to start with them realizing that's not who they want to be.
Yeah.
Because my program's not for somebody who's happy and proud and already like living life on their own terms. You know, it's for the person that wants change, that wants improvement.
And I think that's the biggest thing, right? Wants change. You can't change if you don't want to change. You can't heal if you don't want to heal.
Yeah. I mean, why would you ever even, you probably wouldn't even, have that thought. Yeah. It's like people who think they know everything. Yeah. How do you help that person? We talked about that in the sauna too. It's like some people they want to listen to themselves speak. Yeah. You know, it's like 2 ears and one mouth. Like I learned that a long time ago. Listen twice as much as you speak. Like, and I've taken that to an extreme. Although I haven't shut the fuck up on this, but you know.
Well, you're coming on my show. I want you to be speaking.
Yeah. But yeah, if you think you know everything, you know, how could you learn anything? Yeah. Because you already know it all. You know, it took me a long time to learn that. Yeah.
That's such a dangerous place to be, man. I always want to be open to learning. Always want to feel like I could become better. Yeah. Never at the point where you're satisfied. I know it. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, luckily you have that student mind. Yeah. You know, that's like an old martial arts kind of philosophy, is like student-like mind or white belt mind.
Yeah.
Even as you progress to the higher belts.
Even when you're a black belt.
Oh, of
that
course.
mindset of nope.
Yeah. And just learn as much as you can.
Yeah.
You know, somebody can teach you something.
Yeah.
Or everybody can teach you something. Is how it should be, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's going to know a little bit more than you do about something. Yeah. There's no way you can know the most about everything.
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. I want to go back to when you first started posting. You didn't really have the expectation that you were going to go viral, but you have gone viral over the past few months and you've had such a big impact. Emotionally, what was that like? Were you attached to it?
No emotion.
No emotion.
No. I've read so much stoicism where so I look at everything like this. I look at it, is it useful? If it's not useful, then I discard it. So is it useful to celebrate my success on social media? To me, it's not, because that's not my goal. My goal is not to have 1 million followers or to have this big following on social media. I don't care about any of that. I care about like truly helping improve people's lives, adding value to people's lives. Now, to the contrary, all the messages that I get from people, do I celebrate those? Yeah, to a certain degree I do internally. Like they make me much more proud than I would much rather have a genuine message that somebody lost 20 pounds and is no longer suicidal and their blood pressure is now within range. They can get off pharmaceuticals. That makes me much more proud than 10,000 new followers. So I feel like it's all your perspective.
Yeah.
My goal was never to have 1 million followers on social media.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to celebrate that because I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want it to sound like so like curt and unappreciative, but it's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
I'd rather help 1 million people than have 1 million followers. And we touched on that. You know?
Yeah, we did earlier. And I wonder if energetically that helped kind of the explosion of the page, the fact that you weren't going in there with that energy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like my page will kind of always be the same because it's as long as it's me running the page, which I'm sure that's always going to be the case, it's going to be me. It's going to be authentic. It's going to be real. You know, I feel like maybe if my page was just all about producing content and posting content that's going to do great on the algorithm, content would be much different.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I still continue to post content of things that I know don't resonate well, but at least that small group that has been with me long enough, maybe they appreciate it or whatever.
Yeah.
I really don't post like with the following in mind. That doesn't really cross my mind. Yeah. It's just about like, hey, can this add value to the followers? It can, great, post it. Can't, move on. Yeah. Next idea, go ahead. And like I said, things come to mind every day. You know, I'm a very routine, disciplined. I'm up at the same time. I dedicate the same amount of time every morning to the process. So it's like my mind is very active producing content at that time. In the morning. So I'll post 2 or 3 reels in the morning and won't really check them till later on. Yeah. And sometimes they do great, sometimes they don't. But again, what's the metric that I'm using, whether that's great or not? Views, shares, like comments, like that's Instagram's job to figure out the algorithm. You know, those are their metrics. They don't have the metrics that I have of people sending a message and it changed their life. Yeah. Once they figure that out, and that's how they reward social media, well, that's maybe the future. Damn. Which would be awesome, right?
That would be awesome. I never thought about that.
Neither have I until right now, but you know, it makes sense. Like what accounts help the most amount of people? Yeah. Truly.
They were seeing people messaging, wow, that really resonated with me. That really made a difference. Yeah. I needed to see this.
And I think they are like, I follow that CEO of Instagram, even though I'm pissed at him, but regardless, he says the algorithm's always changing and they're heavily favoring now like shares and direct messaging. Yeah. So like more of the communication, but there's no way that they could all of a sudden like kind of audit the communication of what's being said.
Yeah.
But in the future, I'm sure they can.
Yeah, for sure.
Saying, hey, that video helped me a ton.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because that's 90% of the messages I get.
That's beautiful. Having an impact, man.
Yeah. But then
and
you have
the original message, right? Help 1 million people.
Yeah. That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
And I write it on the bottom of every post. I get tired of writing that thing, but at the same time, it says the mission is very clear. To help 1 million people take control of their health and live life on their own terms. And that's the goal. That's what I truly believe I'm going to be able to do.
So you did, circling back, you did have that original belief that you would be able to do that. It wasn't necessarily about the metrics of followers and blowing up on social media, but you believed you were going to help 1 million people live on their own terms and feel better.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't established right at the beginning.
Yeah.
But shortly into this just growth of the account.
Yeah.
Like maybe after the first month.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like, okay, the followers are coming in, because I went from like 2,000 to 10,000 quickly to 50,000. You know, it started growing quick. I was getting like 10,000 new followers every day for a while.
Wow.
And from there, I was just like, all right, let me, and I never stopped. You know, I just continued to produce content. I figured out what content was doing well and continued to produce that content. But I was always on my own journey. Yeah. Of, you know, self-improvement. So I just continued to share that. Yeah. And then I was like, hey, what would be a noble goal? And I thought in my head, whatever, it's a very arbitrary number because I don't even have a way of tracking it really. But I was like, hey, I think it's a noble pursuit to help 1 million people. You know, I take control of my health. I know how to do that. Let me help 1 million people take control of their health. And my belief is that I feel as if the world is a better place with more healthy people. So the most amount of healthy people roaming around this world, the better this world will be.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I asked is because I think belief is so important. So to believe that you were able to do that and accomplish that mission, I think is really powerful.
Yeah, I definitely am one of the ones, I don't need to see it to believe it. I believe it and then I'll see it. Yeah. I definitely follow that like manifestation. I believe in that. Yeah. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in the law of vibration. I believe in all that stuff.
Yeah, so, me too.
Yeah. I believe that if you put something good out into the universe, good will come back. Yeah.
Law of attraction, baby.
Yeah. I believe in it.
Goes around, comes around.
Yeah. Yep.
Good and bad.
Yeah. And I believe in that too.
Yeah.
Believe me, I haven't always been on this like noble pursuit. Like the reality of it, the reality of my life is, for lack of a better word, I've fucked up plenty, you know, for a long time. I wasn't always like the good person trying to help people. Like a lot of my life I lived hurting people, you know, but it is what it is. Like I've learned that lesson and I know that maybe that's why negativity came into my life. Yeah. You know, why did I even do that? Well, the reality of it is I probably didn't love myself. Because if you love yourself enough, why would you ever wish harm on another?
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. But yet I was.
What shifted things for you and how were you able to start loving yourself?
I think plant medicine kind of put me on that journey. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I believe just kind of getting a better understanding of ego and who I thought I was and who I really was and just kind of what life is about, what's the purpose, and maybe a couple of reframes all in that kind of category. Yeah. And yeah, plant medicine was what kind of helped me. You know, I don't feel like everybody needs that. Yeah. But the interesting thing about plant medicine, psychedelics and all that kind of stuff is it was explained to me like this. Psychedelics are almost like a shortcut. Whereas you can get to a psychedelic state without psychedelics. Yep. But people aren't willing to make that kind of commitment because that could be like a lifelong journey. Yeah. Whether you you go that avenue through silence or through sleep deprivation or through fasting or through meditation, breath work, all those things. Or you go into a jungle with a shaman and you get administered it and you address the trauma that you know you need to address. And you surrender to it and you turn your ego into your friend and get a better understanding of what life is about. And you take it from there. And that's kind of what I did. You know, I went on the ayahuasca journey first, and then that was a rough one. Came back, went on a bufo journey, 5-MeO DMT, sat with the toad. That was a very blissful experience. And that kind of put me where I am today. And I'm grateful for both. Although Aya was extremely humbling and not enjoyable one bit, you know, but I probably would have never done bufo if I would have got a better result from Aya. You know, so maybe it was just bufo was the medicine that I resonated with
more. For sure. What did the IU show you? Lack of alignment.
So it was 4 nights of medicine. Didn't really get much from it the first couple nights. And then the last night, I guess what it showed me, basically I was trying to kill myself for like 8 hours or 10 hours. So it was basically I was basically trying to prove to Aya that I wasn't worth loving. It's kind of how I process it. So I tried to stop breathing twice, which you'd think like, how could you possibly do that? But I definitely got to the point where I was not breathing. And one of the shamans came and was like, hey, it's okay, breathe, brother. And then I gasped for air and started breathing again. I did that twice. And then finally, I felt like a huge urge to purge. And I threw up and my head was in the bucket and I could feel the bucket was like cutting off oxygen to my throat. It was on my carotid artery. So I just kept my head in the bucket knowingly. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I could just kill myself like this by cutting off my breathing. And again, the same little like angelic voice is like, hey, it's okay, brother, and like raised my head. And that happened twice. And after those 2 things, I was just like, yo, I'm done. Forget it. Whatever. I surrender. And just went into like a seizure-like state for like the next like 4 or 5 hours, just shaking. And then got brought to the middle or whatever. And it was like a whole process. But it was just like draining. It was just, I'm the type of person who I could see why I had such a tough time because I'm not somebody who likes to surrender. I'm a very like control, perfectionist, you know, aggressive, you know, like I want to be the best. I want to be better, you know. So
psychedelics have such a beautiful way of teaching people that lesson to let go. I was the same way. Like when I had my first ego death, it was just like grasping on, like could not let go. And it just forced me. It was like,
and you have
go.
to.
You have to. Otherwise, you're going to have a terrible experience.
So yeah, that was the journey.
Wow.
But, you know, they say it doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you need. So maybe that's what I needed. And then that sent me on the path of, you know, discovering bufo and all that.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Didn't feel very beautiful
when it was happening. It never does.
But, you know, and that was my intention. My intention was like, hey, show me how to love myself, or am I worthy of loving myself? Or it was just kind of a curiosity. Like I didn't really know. So that was the question that I kind of just went into it. It's like, because I had everything I wanted in life. I made plenty of money. I had a girl who loved me. Everything was perfect. But I wasn't happy. Or happy, such a fading word. I wasn't fulfilled with what I had.
Fulfilled is a better word because happiness comes and goes. For sure. And so many people are in that, man. So many people. Because we're sold this lie, right, of what will make us happy or what will make us fulfilled or what we should go after in this life. And it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
That's why I kind of think that everyone has to do like almost like a self-test in a way, where you should just like look yourself in the mirror. Just you and yourself. Look in the mirror and just talk to yourself and see if you're proud of the person that you see back in that reflection.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then just identify the things that will make you proud of that person.
And start doing those
and
things.
Focus there.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess that'd be the first step, right?
Yeah.
As you talked about with your program, that's the first step.
You have to identify like who you think you are.
Yeah.
Not who your girl does or the kids do or your friends or your mom or they're all going to have like a jaded facade of you.
Of course. It's their perception of you.
Exactly.
That's all it is. And if you don't know yourself and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're never going to find fulfillment because it's not what you want. It's not your soul's calling.
Yeah.
So many people are living that lie. You see it all the time.
I mean, let's just go back to school, right? Like when they ask everybody what they want to be when you grow up. And you have obviously those kids that probably grew up with stockbroker dads and they all want to be stockbrokers. It's like, what do you want to, want to trade stocks? You love stocks? No, you want to make money.
That's it.
Like that's not, you don't want to be a stockbroker. No. You just want to be rich.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, I don't know.
That's where I started. I started in finance.
Yeah.
Because, I guess I should do this. I'll make money. It's a good career.
Yeah. And meanwhile, like, I don't know, maybe this is what you should be doing.
Oh yeah, this is definitely what I should be doing for sure.
And potentially if you become the best at this,
you'll probably make a lot of money. Probably a lot more.
A lot more than, maybe not the best stockbrokers, but a lot more than,
I don't live in
90%. Yeah. But I mean, what's the best podcaster make? I mean, who's the number one podcaster?
Look at Rogan, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he sold just the rights to Spotify for, I think it was undisclosed, anywhere from 150 to 250, just the rights to be on Spotify.
Okay. So he's probably on the road to becoming a billionaire.
Yeah. With his other stuff, he was a partner in On It, and he's got a bunch of different things.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be a billionaire at some point.
Yeah. Probably close to it, if not a billionaire. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's top of the food chain, but
he's number one. Yeah.
There's plenty of people that are, again, it comes back to, do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
I love it. I love having these conversations, man. It lights me up.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. With awesome humans and have them share their knowledge and have a conversation about that. It fires me up.
Yeah. I think it's a noble way to just spend your time, right? Just learning. Yeah. Essentially what you're doing is you're going to monetize learning from others, and then once the platform grows to a certain degree, it's, who knows? I don't know how this world or industry works. I'm learning it all now, but
yeah. And for you, it's so fucking cool because, when we first met in the sauna, you were doing the Moosh. Yeah. Talking about mushrooms. That's kind of how we connected and just talking about fitness and all that stuff. But you didn't start this social media journey, this chapter, until you were 38, 39.
Yeah. I'm 30. I just turned 39. So
happy birthday.
It would have been, thank you. I would have been 38.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. I think people get so caught up in like, I got to do this now, or I'm like 28 or 25 or 32 or 35 and I haven't had success yet, or I'm not fully aligned yet. Like everyone's got a different journey. We all have different timelines.
Yeah, of course.
You weren't even doing social media a year and a half ago.
No,
a year ago.
Of course not. And I had no interest in it either.
Yeah.
I still don't necessarily have a huge interest in the social media aspect of it.
You're just fucking great at it.
Yeah. My interest is in genuinely helping people.
Yeah.
It's just so happens social media is my gateway to do that at this time.
Yeah.
Because I could reach so many people.
Yeah.
Like I do a live, like not consistently, but I've done a live the last couple of days. And when I do that live flow on the beach, people comment all the time. And it's like, it's insane. If there's a couple hundred people in there, there's probably 50 or 100 different countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Think about that impact.
Yeah.
You do it on the beach here in Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta come one day.
Yeah. Yeah. So for sunrise, I'm down there. But yeah, it's always all sorts of countries. Wow. Sweden, India, Denmark, wherever.
So fucking cool,
I'm just
man.
like, wow. So social media, when used the right way, is a beautiful tool. It's just when it's misused, it's not good.
And isn't that like everything? Like we were talking earlier in the sauna, plant medicine, or medicines in general, they can be abused. You can use the tool in a negative way, but that's any tool. Same thing with social media. Who are you following? Who are you interacting with? Are you just consuming? Are you also creating?
Yeah, everybody should do like a social media audit, 100%. And you should audit the content that you're consuming and just ask yourself, is that making me a better person? Am I learning something? Is it raising my frequency? Is it helping me in some way?
Yeah.
Or do I look at this and I just looked at a bunch of chicks with big tits and Lambos that I don't have and Rolexes and all that? Like, is there any benefit? Does that inspire you to go do something? Then great.
Yeah. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, chances are it's not.
Yeah.
You're just consuming the highlight reels of other people's fake lives.
Yeah, man. I find myself, because, dude, I'm human. I still get caught up in it as I'm on social media all the time, growing this brand and the podcast and creating content. I'll find myself getting caught in that loop of watching one story. And then it's like 5-10 minutes later, I'm like, what did I just do? Just mindlessly consuming content. And it's that algorithm. It knows.
It's smart.
It's smart, man.
You don't be so naive thinking you're going to outsmart like the smartest engineers who, you know,
study human psychology and behavior.
Of course, the same ones, they utilize the same system as like the casino business.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why casinos are engineered the way they are.
Yeah.
With like the no windows, the ugly carpets, like they want your attention on the sounds, the lights, they don't want you to get tired.
No.
You know, they want your attention.
Yep.
And that's what social media does. They monetize your attention.
Yep.
That's
all it is.
So you need to always have at least somewhat of a control of where your attention goes. And if you could just focus your attention on things that improve your life, then you're good.
Yeah.
Social media can be a huge asset for you.
Yeah.
Like it is for me. You know, I said that I don't consume. I only produce, and I'll look for a little while to be inspired.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. There's no chicks with big boobs and Lambos on my page. Zero.
Algorithm can't get you.
No.
If you're not consuming.
And they just changed the algorithm recently on Instagram where you actually can control the factors of what you see.
Oh yeah?
You know, so if you go to the Reels tab and then top right corner, you control what your algorithm shows you now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like a very recent addition.
I like that. I used to just, if it was showing me things I didn't want to see, I would click on it and hit like not interested. But you had to do that like a lot.
Yeah.
I it would keep showing me. I'm like, I already told you, not interested.
Yeah. So if you pull up your Reels tab and just click, it will already have like what it believes you're interested in. And then you can fine tune it from there.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Which obviously you should have that control factor, right?
Yep.
You know,
of course you should be able to control your feed.
Yeah. And especially if, I mean, a whole nother topic is having kids get involved in social media. And it's like, come on. Yeah. You know, of course you're going to be able to grab their attention.
They get me. Yeah. I'm super aware. I've done so much work on myself. You know, I'm about to be 30 years old. I mean, 13, 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, I stood no chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have been lost in that algorithm.
Thank God. Like your generation is just like, when did you get a cell phone? When you were how old? Definitely in high school.
Yeah. Maybe like 14, 15.
Okay. So you had a cell phone all through high school.
Yeah. All through high school.
And did you have like, was it smartphones then? You already had internet?
Just started to get to, like maybe like 8th or 9th grade, got my first iPhone.
Oh shit. Okay. So that changes the game, I feel like, because now you got a computer in your pocket.
Yeah. Like
you have access to
everything. Yeah. And then that's when social media first started coming online and we were using that. Snapchat, IG, Facebook. Facebook was a big one.
That was 2005, I remember. Yeah. That was like my freshman year of college. Because I remember you had to have an EDU address. Do you remember that?
No.
So when Facebook first started, it was only for college. It was only for students.
Yeah.
So your email had to be .edu.
Oh yeah.
In order to get on there. I remember taking my first profile pic at Villanova. I was with my buddy, this guy, I haven't even thought about his name in years, Marco Radijai.
And he's like,
and yeah, he's like, yeah, man, we got to take a photo of you. And I was like, a photo? He's like, yeah, believe me, we post this and then all these girls are going to poke you. Yeah. And then we go from there. I said, all right, cool.
Take a picture.
So I'll never forget it, man. My first photo. Oh, it's so horrible now, but I was like in a towel with like a shower caddy thing with like the soap and everything. Yeah. And he took a photo. He's like, "Oh, this is great. You know, you're gonna get a lot of pokes for this." Younger people are gonna have no idea what we're talking about, but that's what it was. Facebook was all about like pokes and poke back. Yeah. It was almost like do you remember that or no?
Yeah, I do remember that in the beginning. But I was like, it was 2005, right?
2005.
Yeah, I was born in 96. So I remember, I don't think I got on there until like maybe 2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the poke thing lasted or whatever, but yeah, that was the beginning of it.
That's crazy,
man. And that was like my first thing. MySpace was before that, but I don't know who was on MySpace. That was like, yeah, you know, I wasn't interested in it, or I just didn't know much about it.
Yeah, I never
got on Facebook. Kind of changed the game. Fuck, man. That was like the beginning of social media. Yeah. I don't even know when Instagram came. I think later after that.
Later, yeah.
But yeah,
and like Instagram in the beginning was just like, it was just pictures, you know, like just post weird pictures on there.
Yeah. I don't even remember much about Instagram. I think I didn't get on that until like, you know, the last couple of years.
So crazy.
Yeah.
The times have changed.
Yeah, Facebook. Oh man, I forget what we were talking about that got us there, but
social media algorithm. Kids getting hooked these days.
Oh yeah, kids. Oh, and cell phones and all that. So again, during that time, I don't know when. So all through high school, I don't think I got a cell phone until like later on in high school. But it was just text message and phone calls.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Flip phones.
I mean, it's crazy how the world has changed. Like even then, I remember my dad telling me like, hey, you better not be acting up. Like everybody's got a camera in their pocket nowadays.
Fuck, man.
Like, and that was like something that always stuck with me. It was like, all right, we got to watch what we're doing nowadays. Like people have cameras on their phones, but now what do people have? Now people have everything. Now people have cameras on their glasses. Yeah. Like you could be recording me and
no idea.
Yeah, the world's changing, man.
It is.
And with AI getting involved, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, time will tell, as I always say. I think the fascinating thing is it changes so quickly. We tend to, because time is weird, right? We tend to forget how quickly things change.
I don't know, man. We're gonna see it.
It wasn't that long ago when people had flip phones.
Or no phones.
No phones.
Yeah.
Work was, you go to the office, you have your work phone, your computer for email, that was it.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I heard Elon Musk talking just actually before I came here. I was watching him talk about AI.
Yeah.
And kids going to school and all that, and how it's like we're not that far away, in his opinion, not my words, but from being a society that you don't work.
Yeah.
Like you'll be earning money other ways other than work.
Yeah. I mean, what AI is capable of, I can see that happening.
And think about like the reason that people go to school.
Yeah.
You know, well, and his argument was like, you can still go to college and everything, but it's going to be more so for like the social aspect of like being in a learning environment with people who are your age and getting that experience.
Yeah.
But unless you have a very clear decision as to what you want to do for your life, will determine whether you're wasting your time or not.
Yeah.
You know, some industries are probably going to disappear.
Oh, some definitely will disappear.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, how much do you use ChatGPT or any of those things now?
Yeah, all the time, man.
Yeah. It's like I don't Google things anymore. No. I ask my AI, or I ask
Chat. I was just meeting with my buddy who's an AI guru, and he was showing me like he's plugged Claude into like all of his stuff through this API plugin, email, everything. And literally you can tell Claude like, it connects to Google Sheets. So it could be like, summarize my emails from like, you know, these people, tell me what they said, then plug that into the spreadsheet and it will do all this for you. Like, it's crazy. You don't have to do anything. Just give it the instructions. Oh, I actually didn't love in the spreadsheet that, like, can you change that first column and like shorten up some of the words? Do it for you. Boom.
And how fast did that happen? Like ChatGPT, has it even been out a year yet?
I mean, I think
like
yes,
widely accepted, like
maybe 2 years.
Yeah. And look, I mean, it feels like they have an update to it every month.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah. Things are going to compound at an insane rate. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we just have to try to stay somewhat ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just goes back to like what we said about content. Like, you spend all this time and effort into producing one piece of content and it flops. Like, start putting all your time and effort into things that you're truly passionate about, that truly means something to you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's beauty in that, man.
Yeah. Whether it's creating something or doing something that is truly noble.
Yeah.
But now if you put all this time and effort into becoming whatever it is, an accountant, like you, for whatever reason, I don't know why anybody would want to be an accountant, but you put all that time and effort into accounting, I'm pretty sure AI is going to be pretty efficient at accounting.
Yeah.
More so than somebody who has a wife and kids screaming and have to get fed. It's like, I don't know shit about accounting, but I can imagine AI will take that job.
A lot of industries are going to change for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, podcasting, that might stick around.
I could see anything that has kind of human interaction and is an element of like relationship based and authenticity lasting.
Yeah.
Or at least being like the last thing that gets screwed up or messed with.
For sure.
You know? But anything with human error, if machines can do it better without that error,
why wouldn't they?
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Especially for the cost effectiveness, you know?
Yep.
If you could pay somebody nothing or just the investment of whatever the AI cost, and they work 24/7 because they don't have obligations to go to kids' games and whatever, food and lunch breaks and all that.
They could work 24/7, 365.
Exactly. So how do you compete with that?
You can't.
You don't.
You can't.
Yeah. So you better pivot to something that you're going to enjoy doing. I guess that's the moral of the conversation right now, is just like, it goes back to like, do what makes you proud of yourself.
Yeah.
And just, I'm not saying that's an easy thing to just identify.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the journey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's taken me till now. I truly feel as if I have figured out something that I'm proud to say I do what I'm doing. I'm able to help people get healthy, help people live life on their own terms. Very simplistic. Yeah. Okay. That's my goal. That's my focus. You asked me about some other bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get it from another source. This is my focus. I want to become the best in the world at this.
I love it.
Yeah.
Razor focus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And man, you're 39, man. It took you some time. That's beautiful, man. I think the audience, people listening, will resonate with that so much because people want it figured out now. They're like, I have to be perfectly aligned. I have to find my purpose now. Sometimes it comes when it comes.
Yeah, now might not be the time.
Yeah.
You know?
That's okay.
But yeah, you're never going to know, you know? That's why it just goes back to do the things that make you proud of the person who you want to be.
Yes. Again, simple.
Simple. That's how I live my life, man. Everything has to be simple. I like understanding things in their most simplistic way, but no simpler.
Yep.
You know?
Speaking of simple, I have a question for you. What does your diet look like? I don't see you post about that much. Is it also very simple?
Oh, man. Couldn't be more simple, probably. Okay, so my philosophy on nutrition, right? This is going to take about 10 seconds.
Perfect.
Okay. I eat clean, real food until I'm like half full, and I appreciate every bite. So I eat clean, real food. Like I lose half the people right then and there. They're like, oh, well, I like chips and stuff. And say, okay, go buy a diet book then. Don't
real
ask
food.
for my advice.
No process.
Real food. So no processed food, no, just real food, single ingredient food. And what 80% of what I eat is eggs, avocados, and honey.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll eat 6 eggs, an avocado, and put some honey and salt on that.
Yep.
And that would pretty much always be my first meal.
Okay.
And I do follow like a time restricted feeding window, which would be, I don't really, just how my life is kind of set up. It just is what it is. I go to sleep early.
Yep.
And I wake up early.
What time's early?
Like 9.
Okay. Yeah.
So usually there's a 2-hour fasted window before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Before I go to bed, which I believe is very important for people.
Yeah,
if they wanted my advice,
yeah,
you don't want your body to be digesting food as it's trying to sleep.
Yeah, you want your body to be resting, recovering, repairing, not digesting.
You're gonna be too much disruption there.
You cut your food off at 7. That's like your last meal.
Yeah, well, I'm already like lying down, chilling at like 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
you know, so I'm getting in the zone of going to sleep at that time, and then I wake up at 4 every morning.
I wake up at 4.
Yeah, and then
naturally or without.
Naturally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I have my morning routine, and I usually don't eat. Like I haven't eaten today, and I usually go until around 2 o'clock.
Damn. So you're doing a pretty heavy fast.
Yeah, every day.
Wow. Yeah. Intermittent fasting. Have you been doing that for a while?
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
And again, that's just very fitting to my lifestyle, because once I get up at 4, I'm journaling, cold plunge, movement. If I have time, I go to the gym.
Yeah.
If I have people that I'm meeting up with and we work out, whatever.
Yeah.
Just, I don't even think about food until the afternoon.
Wow. And do you ever have moments of getting hungry, or your body's just used to that rhythm?
Yeah. Like when we were driving here,
like
I felt like something in my stomach. I was like, wow, I'm a little hungry. And then I stopped thinking about it. And then, you know, and now I'll be ready to eat at 2 o'clock. I'm already now in that state of like autophagy. I feel like very focused and calm and energized. I'm not focused on food at all.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I get that question all the time. Like, what do you eat? And the app will have a full nutrition plan. So you don't have to take my advice. You can the app will figure it out for you.
Yep.
But my advice is I identify clean, real foods that I enjoy. I love eggs and avocados. I love
eggs and avocados too.
Like if we were going to play that game right now where whatever, I was on death row and getting executed and I had my last meal that I could choose, I'm going probably eggs and avocados with honey.
Love it.
Yeah. And some good salt. I like good salt on it. So I use that Maldon salt.
Oh, it's the fucking best.
Yeah. I feel like most people don't know about that flaky salt. Yeah. Flaky salt's legit.
It's so good. I don't love cooking with it per se. I like to top it off.
Yeah.
Like I'll sprinkle it on top of a nice ribeye or some eggs or even avocado.
Yeah, that stuff's too fancy to cook with.
Too fancy to cook with.
Yeah, that's like a finishing salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about cooking, but yeah, so I stick with, and people ask, oh, how do you cook your eggs? It's like, I don't give a shit.
Just scramble them up.
However they end up. Like I don't have a preference.
Is that your only meal though? Because you're also like a big dude, you know? Like that doesn't seem like a lot of calories. Yeah,
I don't know. I've never counted calories or in my life.
And that's just the only, no, there's 2 meals. It's that 2 o'clock meal and then the 7 meal.
Yeah. So it's usually all kind of at once. So sometimes I'll eat the 6 eggs and the avocado. Yeah. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm still a little hungry or whatever. And then I'll make like a protein shake or something. And I always put it in a bowl and eat it like ice cream.
Wow.
To trick my mind and think I'm like, oh man, this is my dessert.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong. Like this is, I follow Pareto's principle.
Yeah.
So this is like 80% of the time, I would say. The other 20%, I'm not going to disrupt my whole life. We go out to dinner or something at a different hour, or I go to a party, or there's an event or whatever. It's like, I'm not so regimented where my whole life has to be this. I'm not a fitness model anymore. Doesn't really matter how I look. I'm so much more in tune with how I feel though. So I want to feel good. Like my days of drinking, partying at these clubs, like that's so far in the past. Like I would never, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go get drunk. Maybe there's somebody on your show who sees this. Offer me $1 million to go party with you and I'll happily turn it down.
We are taking offers for this.
And I am not a wealthy person by any means. I'm a healthy person,
which is wealth.
It's the ultimate wealth. But yeah, that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Like I haven't drank in years. Like you couldn't pay me enough.
Yeah,
it's just not worth poisoning myself.
No, I get it. I'll have I went like a few years with none, and now I'll have like the occasional drink, glass of wine, a beer. But I mean, dude, it's when you stop doing it and you realize how fucking good you feel, you can't go back to it. It's like, why would I ever go back to that? I feel so much better.
Yeah, so I think it's a framing thing or a perception thing. It's how you perceive it.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at alcohol, say, as like, oh, that's like my social lubricant. I feel good. I'm with friends. I'm always in good environments. Like, that's great, you know? But understand like what it is.
Yeah.
Like it is extremely well marketed poison.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
I mean, intoxicated.
That's socially acceptable.
Yeah. Your body has to process the toxins.
Yeah. Like look into now I'm not an expert at this by any means, but I think there's a reason why they call it spirits and how it's connected and alcohol and that word, what it's derived from and all that.
Yeah. Lowering frequency, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a rabbit hole to go into.
Yeah. The one that I'm not well versed enough to talk on, but I understand that alcohol is not useful for my life.
Yeah.
If it's useful for yours, I don't give a shit.
Wow.
Good. You know, I'm not trying to make anyone like me.
Yeah.
I simply share what works for me. If that works for you, use it. If it doesn't, discard it and move on. Again, simplicity.
Yeah. I'm shocked. Only 6 eggs and avocado in the protein shake. I feel like it would have been more calories than that. Goes to show you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm 220 pounds, 6 foot. Wow. I've been the same size, more or less, since high school. Obviously, I was bigger when I played football in college, but I'd say like around 210 to 220 is like the range that I stay in.
Wow.
I think today I was like 218.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I don't fluctuate in weight. You know? Again, because another comment, this would be a whole nother topic, but one of the most other frequent questions that I get is like, oh, you're just on steroids, you know, you just, you know.
People love to throw that out there when they see a dude in really good shape. They love it.
But it's all good because, so when I was 14 years old, I was 185 pounds, you know. Holy shit. I was already, like my nickname back then was man-child. Yeah. It's just the older people called me man-child because I looked like a grown man. Not in the, I still barely get facial hair, but it's like in size and stature, I always looked older than I was. So, you know, even back then, people would be like, oh, this guy's on steroids. It's like, yo, I'm from like a poor middle-class family. Yeah. You know, my mom works with handicapped kids and my dad like sells used furniture, you know, like where am I getting money for steroids? Yeah. I imagine they cost money. Yeah. I don't even have money to like get food at lunch, you know? And again, that carried with me. I was accused, and my head coach at Villanova accused me of being on steroids. I said, sounds good. Let's take a piss test. Took a piss test that day. Again, that had an element of like, I was a little out of control, both on the field and off the field. I was just a reckless individual. Yeah. But again, I nowadays, it's like, I'm so used to hearing it.
But you know what I think it is, my opinion on this topic? You see it all the time. I think it's people who have limiting beliefs and they look at someone like you who's in great fucking shape and has built this physique and they're like, that's not possible without steroids because that's their belief system.
You know, that's a good point that you have, because me being somebody who, I've never even done TRT, nothing. That shit's like kind of new age anyway. But I look at people who are jacked and never think that. I have never looked at you once and thought that dude's on steroids. I just thought he's dedicated his life to movement. He knows his body really well. He's disciplined. He trains hard. And that's what happens when you do that. Yeah. You put on a lot of muscle and you stay lean. Yeah. So you don't come from that kind of hater disbeliever type mindset. I feel like people just see it and they're just like, oh, definitely. Because they kind of want to justify maybe where they're at.
They want to justify the fact that they're not willing to put in the kind of effort and work that takes to achieve that. Yeah. And it's a cop out for them. They're like, oh, I can never get that because I'm not willing to take steroids. So I don't have to do the work. All good.
Yeah. But I mean, in today's day and age now, I don't know if testosterone is considered a steroid or whatever. I don't know enough about it, but
yeah, I don't think
now it's so like acceptable.
Yeah.
Like now I tell people I'm 40 or almost 40 and people are like, oh, you're on TRT? Like, how are you not on TRT? Like,
it's another one.
Oh, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, do I need to be on TRT? Are you just taking TRT just to take it? Yeah. Like, if you're going to do that, and I'm not against any of these things, you know, I'm for optimization.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm for it in a strategic way. Yeah. Like, are you getting full blood panels, analyzing your full blood work? Yeah. And you need it? Mm-hmm. Or are you just taking it because you want a 6-pack and you want a gym and you want, you know, like what are you doing?
Yeah, I think that's reckless, man. Why would you take something you don't need?
I don't know, man. I think people kind of maybe approach things differently than you and I. Yeah. Where they're more concerned about how they look aesthetically rather than how they might perform athletically. Yeah.
Or how they feel.
Yeah, I have a different approach, right? Because I care about how I feel first, how I look second. They might look at it in the contrary.
And it's funny because you look great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
but it's just by default. Yeah. It's never the goal. Yeah. You know? People ask me all the time too. It's like, oh, what do you do for abs? I know you do abs. And it's like, if you know that I do all these things for abs, then why are you asking me? Because I do not do abs. Yeah. You know? At core, first off, there's a difference between core and abs, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm always doing core. Yeah. So there's always an element of stabilization in all the movements that I do. Yeah. But am I doing sit-ups and crunches and things like that? No. Yeah. No, I'm not doing that because abs are a calorie thing anyway. It's like a nutritional thing. Like if you're going to see abs, you have to have a clean diet first and foremost, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like everybody has abdominal muscles, I'm sure, to some degree, but depending on what you eat or what you're consuming in the kitchen will determine if you see those abs or not. Yeah. It's just a body fat thing. But.
For sure. And if you're training properly, your core should always be engaged and always should be working. Yeah. Whether it's a hinge movement, a squat, a march, running, walking.
Everything. It's twisting. It's just a conscious awareness of engaging your core. Yeah. But people, again, some people know everything.
Yeah, that's it. That's okay.
Yeah.
We got those student mindsets.
Yeah.
So I always end the podcast asking my guest this question. What would you tell the younger version of yourself in this moment right now?
So how young? How old am I?
You get to choose the age.
Oh, I get to pick any age. The person I am today can talk to the person.
Yeah, your younger self.
I would probably talk to my 14-year-old self or 13-year-old self when I discovered like alcohol and all that and saying, hey, never touch it. Do not drink that poison. Because every time I've had anything negative occur in my life was related to alcohol. And unfortunately, I had to learn that lesson many of times. Cost me a lot of money, a lot of friendships. Just, I feel like not everybody is supposed to have alcohol in their system. Yeah. You know? And with me being such an extreme, wild individual, like, you know, the very like calm, Zen-like Michael, but that Michael back then was like a wild animal. And when I got alcohol in my system, it was like an allergic reaction. And it was like very, like, I think about it sometimes. I think about like why I drank back in the day. Yeah. And I literally drank to see like how close to death we could get and still survive.
Wow.
Like, how wild could we get? Like, yo, let's do whatever. Girls fighting, just crazy shit. Can we get away with it? Whatever. It's like, yo, and that is the absolute not reason to do that.
And that's like the opposite of who you are right now, right? Like, that's a complete opposite of the Michael that I know.
Yeah, that is like disconnecting from reality.
Yeah.
Probably because even back then I didn't love myself. But anyway, everything now is connecting to reality. I want to connect with people. Like, I feel very connected with you. Like, we're on the same frequency. We're like learning more and more about each other. Yeah. Whereas I feel like alcohol is like the ultimate disconnect.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can go you don't have to be this person who you really are. You could just disconnect from reality and be this alter ego. And so I'd probably go back to 14 with all my boys. We were just stealing booze out of, like, you know, the neighbors' houses or whatever, and be like, yo,
cut that shit out, brother.
Don't touch it.
Trust me.
Maybe do mushrooms.
Definitely do mushrooms.
Yeah. You know, stay away from the alcohol now.
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story and your journey and your wisdom, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, brother.
Of course, brother. Till next time.
Next time.